Okay, sorry about that. I think we're going here now. Just having a little trouble with the audio. Okay, so we should be going. I'm just making sure the audio is working. I was having a little trouble with it. Okay, good. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stream the new Paladin update for Adventure to Fate Lost Island. I'll be sending this over to YouTube after as kind of just a reference to the things that got updated with this update. I'll go ahead and pull up the update notes and kind of go over them briefly. Let's see. I did not have... Okay, there we go. Of course, the Paladin update, it's a roguelike, set up like the Witch, but obviously going to have more physical skills. I added a ton new skill types in here, kind of a preview of what you're going to get in Core Quest. So I did bring over some skills I've been working on for that, just to kind of give people a preview. The Paladin, like the Witch, if you guys played the Witch, it's going to have its own like meta progression unlock board. So as you play the Paladin, you can unlock new skills that you might get. You can unlock new races. You can unlock new pets. So lots of stuff to kind of grind through or play through. So if you don't necessarily win your run with the Paladin, because it does only have 5 lives, you at least get some we'll call them redeemed souls. You get some of those, and then you can put it towards unlocking other things in the game. So yeah, like I mentioned here, 2 new races. You got the Ogre. It's melee, heavy, physical race. Gonna have, I think it's like +4 strength and +2 endurance, but then you're losing 2 intelligence, wisdom, agility, so kind of trade off there. And then it kind of has some synergy with the Paladin here, where every kill you get, you're going to gain 1 block chance. You'll see that the Paladin's kind of built around block chance. It's different passives and skills are built around that, so yeah, you'll kind of see that there. And then let's see here, we'll have the Angel, and the Angel's more of a caster for sure. Definitely could do physical with it as well, but it's not going to have high physical damage. And then a passive where every kill you get shadow resistance and HP restore. So that's kind of a unique one. Should be fun to see how that works out. We have 3 new pets here, and they, let's see here. Yeah, and then 2 of them are going to be on the board, and then the unlock board, and the other one, the Tempest Dragon, it's going to be an ultra rare that you can find like the Genie or the Island Fairy. And then beyond that, I added leaderboards for the Paladin, of course, and then I added some achievements, just beating the game, general achievements. So the leaderboard for the Paladin is going to work a lot like the Witch. The first 2 digits of your score are going to be what floor you made it to before dying, and then that 3rd digit is going to be how many deaths you have. So if you don't have any deaths, it's going to be a 9. I think if you've died twice, it's going to be a 7. So you can tell where you rank score-wise to other people on the leaderboard, and I can kind of tell where people are at and how they're doing as well too. That helps me kind of balance the game if I need to make any changes. So yeah, it's kind of a summary. We'll go ahead and get into it. We'll go ahead and create a Paladin, and then we'll kind of go over the unlock board a little bit while we're creating it, and then we'll jump into some of the gameplay. So let's go ahead and call this guy Boyd. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and select the Paladin. It kind of gives you a summary, like the Witch lets you know, hey, this is more of a advanced playthrough, and gives you, you know, the advantages and disadvantages of playing like that. We can go ahead and open up the skill board, and again, it gives you kind of a summary, you know, the mystical classes collect mystical souls. Basically, as you play the game, you're going to collect these souls, and then it's going to automatically unlock these different skills and races and pets that hopefully will allow you to make it further. So, you know, your first run, you might be lucky to make it to the second, you know, the second boss, but by the time you get everything unlocked, you should be able to beat the game. That's kind of the idea, or at least it makes the game easier the more stuff you have unlocked, or, you know, more fun, more features, things like that. So yeah, the first one's going to be Holy Vision. I thought this would be a good spell to put in here, passive, and it just allows you to view the full stats of the monster no matter how many kills you have on it. So you know, probably for more people that haven't beaten the game a ton, because once you've killed a monster 10 times, you can see its full stats anyways. But this kind of gives people, you know, an option here. It'll be an optional skill, passive skill, that'll pop up if you have those 5. And then block. Block's gonna come in as a main stat. So every, I think, level 2, level 4, level 7, you're going to get to choose from 3 main stats, and then they used to just be strength, intelligence, endurance, wisdom, luck, but now we're going to have reflect damage in there, and we're going to block, since these are kind of core skills for, or core stats for the Paladin. So that's why that's in there. The Ogre, pretty easy to unlock here. The race definitely can be pretty good, but it does have its downsides of missing that agility and intelligence. Kind of makes for you know, a one-sided Paladin if you use it for a Paladin, but I'm sure it's great for, you know, warriors, guardians. I mean, it's still pretty good for Paladin too. The next one we're going to have is Cleanse. This is one of the skills I brought over from Core, and it removes all debuffs, buffs, and effects. So there's not a lot in this game of effects that you need to kind of avoid. You know, there's no super heavy poison in the game or anything like that, that, you know, is going to kill you if you don't do something about it, because there really wasn't a way to do something about it. But I went ahead and coded a skill that will remove, you know, any debuffs you have. It'll remove, you know, a heavy poison, anything like that, but it also removes any buffs, so you have to use it strategically for sure. And yeah, I mean, then also, just to make it a little bit more enticing, it'll heal your HP and SP by 70 as well. So even if you're not trying to remove, you know, super hard debuffs or anything like that, it's nice. It's kind of a free healing potion, because I believe it doesn't cost any stamina to use. So it's just basically a free healing potion at the very least. But if you use it right, and you'll have to use it right in the upcoming core game, if you use it right in here in certain places, it can, you know, totally reset you. So that's nice. Revitalizing Strike. This is a new kind of skill that I added for the Paladin, and I basically call it like an opener. And if the enemy is over 90% when you hit them with this, it's going to heal let's see, physical heals HP, yeah, equal to the amount of damage dealt. So basically your first strike on an enemy for the most part is going to heal you for as much as you hit it for. So, you know, if there's only one monster or enemy that you're fighting, it's probably not going to help you that much, because you're probably going to start the battle, you know, with full health. But, you know, in the case you don't, it's going to heal you up, or the case, you know, you missed the first round and that enemy's still at full health, or they heal up or anything like that. So it can definitely be very powerful. It becomes even more powerful when there's like 3 enemies, right? And, you know, basically at the start of each enemy that you fight, you're going to have that giant heal. So you can use it to your advantage. You can use a 3 stamina attack and just get an absolute giant heal. So this will have to be something I'll watch, because it could be a little overpowered. But so far, at least in testing, it was pretty fun. Last Hope. This is, let's see here, buffing skill that uses, okay, all your remaining SP to heal. So yeah, this is kind of a giant one-time heal. Again, another new type of skill. So it's technically a buff, but it is a heal. The reason it's a buff or classified like that is so you can only use it once. And what it does is it takes all your remaining SP, no matter how much you have, no matter how much stamina you have, and it turns that into HP. So again, another kind of strategic play you have to do there. I like it on like an end game, you know, safety option for the Paladin, again, because you can only die 5 times. So this is a nice one to have, and yeah, one of the new skills I was pretty happy with. Okay, then we'll go to Sacred Shield. This is just a passive for 6 block chance. Doesn't seem like anything too crazy, but to get 6 block chance right away when, you know, this is probably a later game skill, when you're already, your bar is already full of skills, you know, you kind of already have your rotation down. So this is a really nice skill to come upon. The Confusing Aura, I'll get more into these. These are the core skills for the Paladin. But basically, the Paladin's core skills are going to be, they come in at level 9, and they're all based on when you block. So this one, it's going to have, if you block an attack, it's going to have a 50% chance to confuse the enemy that you blocked. So you're going to really want to stack up block as much as you can on the Paladin, because there's about 5 or 6 different skills that are going to be based off the block for you to choose from, and you're going to, you know, get to choose how you want to play them. And we have the Fuma. It's basically a spirit you'll find in the graveyard, so you're not going to have a lot of time with it, but it is pretty fun. I put some fun skills in there to play with. I believe I gave it a cleanse, maybe. So kind of a way to introduce the skill by putting it on a pet, because, you know, people might not, you know, otherwise select it, but if I put it on a pet, I feel like people are going to play around with it. Okay, we got the Sacred Thorns. This again is like the Sacred Shield. It's just, you know, a nice skill to come upon when you already have your rotation set. Basically 12 free block, or 12 free reflect damage, and Paladin does have a lot of synergy with reflect damage too, so it's nice to come upon. We have the Vital Barrier. This is another one of the core skills. There's quite a few like it. So the Vital Barrier, it's just a buffing skill that's going to be based on your level. So every level you'll gain 7 hit points. So if you're level 10, it's 70 hit points. You know, at level 25, it's 175. That's a pretty good buff for in-game. Okay, and then we have the Angel race. I won't give away too much on that, but yeah, it's more of a caster race, but it actually has pretty good at for Paladin too, because of some synergy with some skills. or the chromatic aura, another one of the aura core skills. And I kind of talked about it earlier. So the last one was going to do confuse damage if you blocked. So there's another aura that does, you'll get healed HP when you block. There's another one that'll heal SP when you block. There's one that'll do reflect damage plus some to the enemy when you block. And this one, the chromatic one, it just randomly selects. So when you block, it randomly selects from one of those other skills and does that. So you might confuse the enemy, you might stun the enemy, you might heal yourself. And then the kicker here too is it gives you an extra 7 block chance too. So on top of having that, you know, that cool skill, it's going to automatically give you a passive 7 block chance. So it's really overpowered. You have to work a little bit to get it, but it's fun to play with and help, you know, pretty powerful. So Shield Crush, this is the step 3 or the best of the bunch. This kind of goes with the Paladin's core starting skills. They have a regular attack, and then they have their, you know, their third attack bonus where they heal, and then they have this attack. And basically it's a shield bash that uses all available stamina, and then it has a bonus when you get the kill. So we'll see it in action when we get there, but this is just the third, you know, the third power of it that you can unlock later in the game. And as you can see, it's pretty powerful. I mean, you'll be hitting for 300 to 500 with it, and then you have a chance to get obtaining a Mystic Soul. I need to change that to Redeem Soul, so I'll put that in the notes, typo. Okay. And then, yeah, the very last unlock on the board is the Inferno Dragon. Takes a lot of Redeemed Souls, but it's well worth it. You'll get that in the volcano area, and when you do get it, it's not like, you know, most of the pets have a chance to be one pet or another. You'll always get this one. You know, I figured people work pretty hard to get it. They'll be upset if they play through the game and they roll a 1 instead of a 2, and they get a magma goo instead of an Inferno Dragon. So I figured, yeah, just you know, just let everybody have it. They work that hard for it. And then, yeah, I mean, skill wise, I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, I mean, obviously they're powerful. I gave this and the ultra rare dragon the consume ability from the Savage. I think the Witch can get it too, but basically if you get a kill shot, you get your stamina back. So that can definitely be very powerful on a Paladin. We'll just go ahead and do a balanced approach. That's kind of how I like it for the Paladin anyways, because depending on what skills you get, you know, you might end up going a caster Paladin or a physical Paladin. So I like to just keep it even from the start. We'll go ahead and do a weaponsmith, so we have good equipment at all times, even though, to be honest with you, the Paladin in a lot of cases gets better damage from their block chance or shield. So being an armor smith might be the better choice for the Paladin than weaponsmith. But we'll go ahead and we'll just do weaponsmith. Go ahead and create this and go through the game here. Okay, and I'll move the Twitch over in front of me so that, I mean, I'm playing on the iPad, but I'll try to keep it in view so I don't miss what you guys are saying. So yeah, any questions or anything like that, go ahead and throw them in chat too, and I'll try to answer them as I'm playing. We'll go ahead and jump in here. Fixed a lot of stuff in here. I didn't even realize, but the last version of the game, which was out for like a month and a half, didn't have the starting story. So that's a blunder on my part. Hopefully people pieced it together. but it's back in there now. We'll go ahead and run through it, I guess, to make sure everything's working still. So yeah, we'll go ahead and grab a couple barrels, and we'll just go ahead and jump down, get down in there. Okay, grab our shipwreck, and then we will jump into the waters. Okay, we made it alive. We'll go ahead and jump past these guys. Okay, got about, let's see, okay. And we'll go ahead and jump here into the first fight. Okay. And we'll go ahead and take a look here. We got our regular attack, and then the Paladin has the third attack heal, just like the Guardian. So that's kind of a passive spell. That's why we're only starting with 2. And then we have the Shield Bash. This is one of the new skills I created. It's a shield-based attack that uses all available stamina. So whether you have 1 stamina, 2 stamina, 3 stamina, it's going to use that, and it's going to scale. It's going to scale all of that damage too. So it definitely gets pretty powerful, and it's nice that you know, as you get playing too, it's nice to just be able to hit one button and finish up the round. Makes battles go quicker. And then when you get a kill with it, it's gonna absorb 35 HP. Early on, that's great. That's a lot of times that's, you know, a healing potion. And then it's gonna have 5% chance at obtaining a Mystic Soul. Again, I need to change that to Redeem Soul. But that's nice too, because that goes towards your unlock board. Okay. And then another thing I did here is I incorporated, because it's already live over on Core, but I incorporated a percent of resources skill system. So instead of it taking a set amount, it's going to, so instead of it taking a set amount, it's going to, let's see, did I lose my screen here? Go ahead and refresh. Okay, we're still going. Sorry, my window just froze. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So it's going to take a percentage of the resource. So you know, it allows me to scale the cost to power benefit a little bit easier, and I think it requires the players to think a little bit more when they're playing. So like right now, it's, you know, it's only going to cost me 4 HP, but later in the game it might cost 100 HP to cast this. So I try to scale this item towards being good at the beginning, not so good towards the end, but you'll have other options to pick. So, you know, I don't like the idea of just using the same skill the whole entire game, which sometimes people get stuck in because the skills were so cheap. But now if I do it this way with a percentage, it won't be that case. And yeah, I mean, the reason I chose a developer named Touchmint, I initially wasn't even making games. I initially was just making apps for the iPhone. And yeah, I mean, Touchmint, I don't know, I kind of played around with some things, but it figured it worked. Back then, touch was kind of a hot keyword in the mobile space. We had Touch Arcade. Yeah, I mean, there were a bunch of touch games out there, so yeah, that's kind of why I went with that. I meant, I mean, I don't know, like, I was thinking like Mint Perfect, I guess. I don't know, I made a logo like way back then too, that I still use on some stuff. It was an easy to do logo too, so. But yeah, we'll jump back here into the game, and we'll go ahead and get some playing in there. So we'll kind of look at the damage here, 9 to 25. It has a variance, and 2, I do make the cost a little bit more than they should be, to try to have people use this as a finishing move when they know they're gonna get the killing blow, rather than just clicking it the whole game too. So that was kind of my goal on that. But we'll go ahead and just open up with it. Just open up with it so we know, you know, what it looks like. And right now it is going to be the best attack. That's just kind of how it works. But you can see it is using some HP. And I'll go ahead and, I'm sorry, I know some of the listeners here some people here are just listening, so I'll go ahead and better describe some of the battles once they get more interesting. Let's go ahead and do this second battle here. We're facing the slimy crab. We're going to go ahead and use the shield. We'll go ahead and use the shield bash again to open up, hit for 22, and then we'll use the ship rat, hit for 7. Crab missed, and we'll just use regular attack, hit for 16. Okay, great. We'll go ahead and get our first our first stat since we leveled up. And yeah, just kind of all the same ones here. We didn't get any of the newer ones. I'm gonna go ahead and take agility. Paladin's physical based, and the more I can, and they get a bonus for hitting 3 times in a row. So the more times I can do that, the better, for sure. Okay, and so the reason why I don't collect the items until after the second battle is because at level 1, when you search and find stuff, it only gives you 1 experience. Every level beyond that, when you search and find something, gives you, like, I think it's your level times 8. So instead of getting 8 experience for searching at level 1, I just got, 16 or so experience for searching at level 2. So that's why I do that. And then by the time I fight level 3, I'll be level 3 moving into the next area. Kind of a trick there. And then yeah, now we'll go ahead and we'll open up our sack, and we got the belt. That's nice. Always nice to have to start out is that belt. Get an extra potion in there. And then we'll go ahead and put these gloves on too. And then we'll go ahead and do our third fight with the 2 crabs. And we'll go ahead and we'll just open and be using bash, hit for 24 because it's going to be the most powerful option. But yeah, later down the road when it starts taking more and more HP and resources, that's when we kind of use it a little more sparingly. There's some better options there. And you guys might have heard too, I updated the sounds for the magic spells. Updated the sounds for the magic spells, and they're going to be either a water sound, an earth sound, a fire sound, or a shadow sound based on whatever it does, whatever the most damage is, or whatever the most bonus they have, I think is what I settled on. So like now all spells will have at least a 10% bonus towards an element, okay? As for, let's see here, as for my favorite song from all the Adventure of Fate games, I really like the final boss theme that Aaron did for Lost Island, that we see in all the final bosses, the most recent one he did. That's probably my favorite. I really do like, and I also like the opening to Lost Island too. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really listened to some of the older ones, but yeah, there's probably 1 or 2 I'm forgetting from the first and second games too that were just kind of get stuck in your head. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to do some new music with Aaron, as well as incorporate the older music for the upcoming 4 game. But yeah, we'll go ahead and keep on fighting these guys, get a little progression in here so I can show you all the skills and stuff. Okay, we'll go ahead and bash, and then we will hope they die on reflect damage, and they did. Okay, great. We're level 3. new power. So we're getting into the first skills here. We have the Tempest Barrier, which is a core skill. We have Cure. That is just from a cleric, I think. Comes from a cleric, but I mean, you got to heal on the Paladin. And then we have Origin Strike. So we're going to take a look at the Tempest Barrier. So this is a lot of fun to build, and a great starting skill to build the Paladin with. The Tempest Barrier. You're going to gain 1 reflect damage for each level. And so, I mean, as you know, level 25, you're going to have 25 extra reflect damage. Doesn't cost any stamina to use, just costs 10% SP. So basically, throw it on at the beginning of every fight, and you're dealing extra damage every time you get hit, which is great for the Paladin there. And then it has some synergy later down the road with some other skills. Reflect damage does. So this is a really great one. Cure, obviously great. You know, to be able to heal this early in the game, you're for the most part basically, you know, invincible for most fights with that. However, you know, it gets pretty weak pretty quick, and you have better healing options later down the road. And then we have the Origin Strike. This one's pretty awesome too early in the game, especially when NPCs or enemies don't have a ton of stamina. It'll, you know, just stam lock them or stun lock them. And it's a good, you know, good damage skill too, beyond already doing better than Shield Bash. So, yeah, I mean, I think we'll go ahead and go with the Origin Strike just so we got a little bit more action going on, the offensive. We'll go ahead and take that. And we'll go ahead and fight the Archer. Now, something about this Origin Strike, they have to be over 90% full health. So enemies, there's quite a few enemies in the game that don't start with 100% health when you fight them. So you gotta kind of pay attention on that. This early in the game, it's so good, and taking so little resources doesn't really matter. It's just not gonna stun them. You know, we're just trying to do damage at this point. But later on, that's something you want to think about, because it can get a little costly. And if it's not gonna stun and it's that costly, there's better options to use. Okay. And then another thing too is if you have a lot of reflect damage, by the time you get to enemy number 3, they've already damaged themselves where this isn't going to work. So this weapon isn't great, or this skill isn't great to combine with a lot of reflect damage, because you're only going to get one Origin Strike around probably. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and just use it now, even though it's not going to do anything there. We'll try to take down this Archer quick. Ooh, got some good damage on us. We should be able to get him there. Okay. Got him. Got a healing tonic. We'll go ahead and, yeah, let me go ahead and search for the rest of my items here. Oh, Coral Crab. We ran back to the shore and we're searching for the rest of the items, because that's free experience. And the more experience you can get, the better. Yeah, so, okay, so yeah, you know something I did once, so, okay, so I'm reading, Mendoval, sorry, I know I'm not pronouncing that name right, but he says, you know something fun I did once, so you remember back in Future Arena, there was a monster called a Worshipper, so I was using a class with Mimic, and well, they have a buffing skill called Inner Fire, which boosts strength, and it takes no stamina to use, so I just kept spamming it with Inner Fire until my normal attack was doing about 140. Yeah, I remember when I was doing this game and checking all the skills for Mimic, there were a couple, you know, because when I make these skills for monsters that I know are never going to be like set for a certain class, I do have to consider their SP cost or HP cost or stam cost, because somebody will, you know, they might get mimicked at some point. So yeah, there were a couple when I went to create Lost Island. I was checking. I was like, wow, that's way OP. I got to change that. And yeah, that inner fire. I think I did change that one. So yeah, that's kind of funny. That's definitely happened to me. Get back to killing this crab here. Okay. Oops. 2 crabs. It would be really nice if we got a good search here, but we didn't. Okay. Well, you got to see us use that origin strike that stunned them because they had the full HP. We'll just kind of dwindle this guy down a little bit. Okay. And then yeah, you guys might have heard I hit that 3rd hit in a row, so we healed up. Let's go ahead and get back, and we're gonna fight the treasure or the enchanted chest. So we'll hit them. Yeah, they're gonna be under 80, but we'll hit them with the origin strike anyways, because it's gonna do the most damage. We'll put a debuff on them so they lose their HP every round, and then we'll just keep hitting them with origin strike. Try to wear them down as fast as we can. Okay. Hit him with a pet attack. Okay, hit the enchanted chest. Down to about 30% HP. Okay. Yeah. Okay, close. Let's see if Pet can get him. Nope. Okay, we'll go. Oh, they died on reflect damage. We got some sailor boots. We'll go ahead and put those on. And then we will hopefully level up on this next fight against the cave and living slime. Let's go ahead and they got 25 total HP. Let's see if we can get them with a shield bash and get that heal in there. Nope, 22. Close. And they dodged. Oh, okay, and we just heard the new magic spell for when they have more earth. I thought it sounded like slime, I don't know. Tried to get close. Go ahead and take out the cave slime, and they despawned a living slime. Yeah, rock throw might be a little broken too, for sure. We're talking about using the mimic on rock throw. That's probably a little overpowered too. We'll go ahead and do an origin strike on the top living slime. We got that nice stun in, and then we got the heal on the 3rd hit. Go ahead and hit them. Okay, we'll shield bash this bottom one. Okay. Yeah, and I try to use shield bash to kill as much as I can, because again, you have a 5% chance of getting that redeemed soul. So that's nice. We got a rusty ring, first ring, and then we'll move down to maybe the first somewhat hard fight, the salty scoundrel and the enslaved sailor. We'll go ahead and hit the scoundrel with origin strike. Got him stunned and hit for 25. Hit him with the pet and poison. Nice first round. Okay. And then let's see which one does more. Yeah, we'll keep hitting him with the origin strike. It's not going to stun. Get one more in there. And then we'll try to use shield bash to get the kill. Okay, got the kill. And yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell at this level, if you get a kill with shield bash, you, for the most part, heal up pretty much all the way, which is nice early on. We leveled up, we got that 2nd stamina, which is nice, and we get to pick from our island power. Early on, I usually take hit points if I can get them. The more pool at the beginning, the better, I think. So we'll take that. And then we'll go ahead and go down to the second we'll go ahead and go down to the second area, and then we'll go ahead and start the fight here with the Buccaneer and Parrot. I like to take the Parrot out first here, because not much life compared to the Buccaneer, and yeah, not much life compared to the Buccaneer, and can do some good damage. So let's see if we can shield bash him to death. I doubt it, but maybe a crit. Nope, 42, close. So yeah, that's kind of nice being able to use that shield bash and just having to attack once. Use all that stamina. We'll go ahead and Origin Strike the Buccaneer, and then regular hit. I probably should just Origin Strike again, but okay. And then two, guys, I'm probably going to be streaming for about 10 more minutes or so, and then I got to get running, but this should serve as kind of a pretty good preview. Let's go ahead and do an Origin Strike again. See if we can take them out. Nope, but the pet should be able to. Nope. Okay. There we go. We got a second ring, a Pirate's Ring, so that's nice. Go ahead and equip that. We'll go ahead and go over to the next statue, and we can see we got the new options here. So we got the Gold Hoarder, the Item Hoarder, which were from the Witch, and then we have the new Holy Vision showing up in here. Now I know we don't have the 5 redeemed souls, but you know, I figured we'll just let people have from the beginning, kind of after the case. So you can get that. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. It's pretty valuable mid-game or so when you don't have a bunch of kills on the enemies, and being able to see everything about the bosses is nice too. So we'll go ahead and take that. Some of those like ice bosses can be pretty tough, and some of those ice bosses can be pretty tough in the Infinite Arena for sure. Just all of them, because they're, you know, anywhere I think from level 26 to 28, and when you fight them in Lost Island at least, you can only get to level 25, so even harder. Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah, let's go over here. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, let's do our fight and get the key, or just get the key. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and make some armor. I'm gonna do just pants with block chance, because again, block chance is pretty good. Early on, we'll stack that up, and we'll just do. Let's see, metal pants. Okay. Okay, those are a big upgrade. Pants are a big upgrade. There's not a lot of pants drops in the first zone, so I usually create those, or chest or shield first. Okay, we're going against the Cavern Recluse and the Spider Hatchling. We should be able to bash the Hatchling. Yep, get that kill, that's nice. And then we'll hit the Recluse, start some damage. Okay, let's see if we can get the Recluse, bash it. Yep, got it. So it makes for a nice quick battle there. We leveled up to 5. We got Strength, Agility, and Intelligence. I'm going to take Agility again. And then let's go ahead and fight this Butcher at level 5 to see how tough this Paladin is to start with. I usually level up before I fight him, but let's fight him. Okay, we'll hit him. I think he's damaged too much to be bothered by Origin Strike, but we'll hit him with that a couple times anyways. And then we'll lower his HP regain. Oh, got it early confused on me. It's a little rough. I'm just going to hit with regular attacks so I don't hurt myself too much or confuse myself. Or I mean, yeah. Okay, we got 1 hit on him. Okay, we got 2 hit on him. We got lucky there. I'll go ahead and poison him. Hopefully bash him next round. Ooh, that was a big Drowned Pirate hit me for about 65. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna try to bash and get him. A nice 68. Okay. And then another thing I want to point out too here is now I know it's sometimes hard keeping track of the third attack. So what I did here is I have a visual cue where the Paladin's blinking when they're ready to do their third attack, or you can tap and look to read over that you know, you're a level 5 human Paladin and you're glowing with power, meaning your next hit is going to be that third attack. So now you don't have to remember, you can just look yourself over or read to tell that you're up, okay? So yeah, we hit the drowned pirate. Okay, and we'll try to bash him, get that kill, and we did. And a heal. Okay, we got our key. Got some experience. Let's go ahead and get that pet. Yeah, Brain Ravage from Plus to the Future, that was definitely very OP. Let's go ahead and see if we can bash these parrots. Nope. Pet finished them up. Go ahead and bash the second one. Okay, we got the second one. Let's get our hatchling pet. We're going to skip that other one since it doesn't give us much. We're going to put the hatchling in. Hatchling in. Oh, 3 spiders. Let's go ahead and start by bashing the egg sac. That way it doesn't spawn 3 spiders. There's a Noxus, a spider hatchling, and Noxus. So we bashed the egg sac first. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and bash the Noxus spider, and then we'll just regular hit. Oh, maybe. Yep, regular hit the hatchling. Ooh, doing some damage. Okay, we're going to go ahead and... Okay, so our next attack is going to be the heal attack, so we'll just do an attack there, missed. That doesn't help. We'll go ahead and heal up a little bit and hope our pet can do something to the spider. Uh-oh, spiders might get us. Oh, block. Key block. Okay. Go ahead and take that one out and start working on the bottom one. Maybe should have healed up. Let's see. Okay, I think we're good to hit. And there we go. Took a chance, we got it. Oh, dropped the spider fang. So I haven't been making items. I'll go ahead and just equip the spider fang. That's better than what we're using. Go ahead and search the barrel for the key. Go ahead and get the other key. We'll get our sea moss brew to use on the bosses. Skipping some stuff, I know. We're gonna go ahead and heal up before this next fight and equip some potions. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the next fight here. We got sunken archers, 2 sunken archers and a buccaneer. We'll go ahead and hit that first sunken archer. Dead. Bashed him. Okay, and then we'll just regular hit. That's, oh, we won't because we missed. And then they blocked, got us. Oh, pet almost got the sunken archer. Reflect damage should get him. Yep. Okay, we're going to opening strike on the buccaneer. And then we'll bash. Yeah, and core of the classes, you know, I'm still undecided on a couple, but I do know the monk will make a comeback. And then I will be doing a rogue or an assassin that is a roguelike, like the Paladin or the Witch. We just leveled up here for level 6, so we're getting our second skill that we're choosing, or spell. Okay, and it looks like we just got barrier options here, so that's kind of a random roll, but we got the fortified barrier that raises armor count by 2 each level. Oh, and I accidentally just took that, so that's what we're going to be taking there, I guess. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take that and try to finish up these last 2 fights before I gotta leave here. So we got Captain Claw. We'll go ahead and use our new barrier attack, and then we'll go ahead and use Origin Strike on him to stun him. And then we will, since we are gonna, this fight's gonna be a little more resource heavy. Oops, I should have used my CMOS potion just now, a little late. But yeah, we'll just use a regular attack. We're gonna focus on Captain Claw and just forget about the crab for now. Okay, we're going to use an Elemental Purge on Captain Claw so we can do 4 damage. Okay, that used up a lot of the Parrot Hatchling's SP, unfortunately, on the Fizzle. We'll just keep hitting with... we'll do a regular attack for 1, and then for our big hit we'll use Origin Strike. Oh, we missed. With Parrot, we will hit twice, hopefully. Nope, just once. And yeah, this, let's see here. Okay, dodge, out of energy on the pet. Luckily, Captain Claw hadn't been hitting much, and he spawned a Slimy. That's much better than the Sapphire that has the taunt. But we'll just keep hitting away at Captain Claw, wearing him down as fast as we can. My next hit is going to be a heal hit. So I'm going to use Shield Bash to try to get more heal out of that. Okay, 26. And then we'll go ahead and regular hit. Okay, he should be pretty close to death. We got him. We'll do an Origin Strike on the Ruby Crab. And let's see here. Okay, and we're time for our heal hit. Let's go ahead and see if we can double up on the heal hit on the Ruby Crab and get the third, and get the Shield Bash bonus. It should be a big heal if we can get it. Yep. Yeah, so right there we killed it with Shield Bash, so we automatically got 35 life, and then it was our third hit, so we healed for 25. So that's a big momentum swing there. And now we just gotta take out this Slimy Crab. There we go. Oh, and we got a nice Sapphire Blade drop and Crab Shell Blocker and the Studded Belt, so overall great stuff. I'm sorry I do have to get running. I'll try to do another one of these streams, hopefully within this week, maybe even the next few days. I'll let everybody know on the Discord. Thanks for showing up, guys. I appreciate it, and yeah, obviously check out the new update and the new Paladin. See who can be the first one to beat it, because I don't think I see anybody on the leaderboard that's beaten it just yet. So, okay, catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.